Hello students, my name is Ruby. I am the Faculty of Social Science in Genius Public Inter College. Today I am going to teach you History Chapter 4, The Mughal Empire. The Mughal dynasty established a grand empire in India. It was a glorious period of the Indian history. This dynasty unified and ruled India for more than 300 years. Mughal is the Persian name for the Mongols. The Mughal dynasty produced a rare sequence of competent rulers. The dynasty was noteworthy for its effective rules over much of India, for its administrative organization, and for the ability of its rulers who maintained a record of unusual talent through 7 generations. Another merit was the attempt of the Mughal to integrate Hindus and Muslims into a united Indian empire. In this lesson, we will learn about Babur, Humayun, Sher Shah Suri, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, Aurangzeb, Mughal administration. Let's start our chapter. The First Battle of Panipat marked the end of the Delhi Sultanate and the beginning of the Great Mughal Empire. Babur defeated Ibrahim Lodi, the last ruler of the Lodi dynasty, in the First Battle of Panipat in 1526 CE and established the Mughal Empire in the Indian subcontinent. The Mughal were of Turkic Mongols origin and ruled from the early 16th century to the mid 18th century. First ruler is Babur. Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur was a descendant from the Turkic conqueror Timur on his father's side and from the Mongols ruler Genghis Khan on his mother's side. His ancestral kingdom was Fargana, a small region in Central Asia. Babur lost his father at the early age and became the ruler of Fargana, though he was soon ousted from there by Uzbeks. However, he did not give up to overcome his difficulties with great courage and determination. Within a few years, Babur became the ruler of Kabul in Afghanistan and turned to India with an objective of territorial expansion. Foundation of a new empire. In the beginning of the 16th century, India was experiencing a phase of political instability and chaos. Numerous regional powers were engaged in mutual battles. The power of the Delhi Sultanate was confined to its capital and adjacent area. Provincial governors were awaiting a chance to revolt against the Sultan and declared independence. Ibrahim Lodi, who was the Sultan at that time, was very unpopular. The governor of Punjab, Daulat Khan Lodi, invited Babur to help him overthrow Ibrahim Lodi. Babur took advantage of the situation and marched towards India. In 1524 CE, Babur crossed the Indus to capture Punjab and then returned to Kabul to reorganize his army for a larger expedition. He then returned to India in 1526 after defeating Daulat Lodi. He marched towards Delhi. Ibrahim Lodi met him with a huge army at Panipat. Babur army was small compared to that of Ibrahim Lodi's, yet the letters were routed in a single day and Babur captured Delhi and Agra. The First Battle of Panipat marked the beginning of the Mughal rule in India. However, Babur had to face many challenges before he could claim himself a sovereign ruler. The Rajputs, under the leadership of Rana Sanga, and the ambitious Afghan in the outside Delhi emerged as the two major threats to Babur's authority and his vision of an empire. Babur fought a series of battles against them to establish his power. In 1527 CE, Rana Sanga of Mewar united the Rajput chieftain in a confederacy and challenged Babur at Khanwa, a village near Agra. The ensuing battle ended in the defeat of Rana Sanga, thus giving Babur a stronghold over the Delhi-Agra region. With the defeat of the Rajput one of the most potent challenges to the consolidation of the Mughal rule was eliminated. The Babur continued to capture a number of forts such as Gwalior, Dholpur, and Alwar. Another group of Rajput became powerful under Medini Rai, the ruler of Chanderi. In 1528 CE, Babur marched against them and captured the Chanderi fort after a siege. The Battle of Chanderi crushed the Rajput power completely, and the foundation of the Mughal Empire became stronger. The Afghan posed another challenge to the authority of Babur. The Afghan rulers of Bihar and Bengal rebelled against Delhi in 1529 CE. The result of the Battle of Gagra, in which Babur defeated the combined Afghan force and Nusrat Shah, the ruler of Bengal. Though the Afghan power was not entirely rooted by this victory, Babur did manage to keep them in check for the rest of his reign. Babur was a skilled general and an efficient strategist. He defeated the Lodhis, Rajput, and Afghans despite having a smaller army. Within the short span of 4 years, 1526 to 1530 CE, he established a vast empire in India. At the time of his death, the Mughal rule was extended from Kabul in the west to Bihar in the east and from the foothill of the Himalaya in the north to Gwalior in the south. In order to secure his empire, Babur had to continuously engage himself in battle. Therefore, he did not have enough time to consolidate his empire or form a well-structured administrative system. However, he possessed much strength of character and did not let the ulema interfere in the matter of the state. Students, we will continue this chapter in next part 2. Thank you so much.